Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Liz and this is Let's Get Lizicle, where we do everything card making. And today is the 25th of the month, so we are doing my holiday card challenge, which is hashtag HCHJ2026 if you're interested in following along or joining in. And you can just tag both Let's Get Lizicle and that hashtag, and I'll be able to see it over on social media. But today we are going to do a fun shaker card. Now I've done some prep work. I did all the coloring because you've seen me color this Santa a million times, so you don't need to watch that again. So what we're going to do is cut out one regular one, and then one we'll have to hold up to the light to see. But I used the digital stamp to make Santa, the Jolly Santa, and then the Sassy Santa. And then when we glue them back to back with the string in between, we will be making him into a spinner card. And then I'm just going to use this paper here from this Miss Kate's Cuttables. And the website is misskate.com. I don't know if it's still open or available or not. This was gifted to me a couple years ago by one of my viewers, and it's really good quality paper, so if it's still available I'll link it down below. But I decided to use this red, like, sparkly kind of version. We'll do a full front panel, and then I will probably flip it so that the candy canes are visible through the opening. And then I'm going to use this naughty or nice sentiment, and I'll be the judge of that. This one will go on the front, and then this one will go on the inside. So what I will do is move over to my voiceover and explain the rest of the card. So stay tuned for that. Hey guys, so voiceover Liz here. This card took me like about 20 minutes to put together, so it's fairly quick, obviously other than the coloring, which took me probably another 10 to 15 minutes to color that. So if you wanted to do any of your like coloring up front and then do assembly later, it doesn't take long to put these cards together. You could put a couple of them together in an hour and just like bang them off if you wanted to make a bunch of them. Again, I'm keeping it fairly simple. I'm just using one pattern paper that's double-sided, so I get a bonus print there. And I didn't do anything fancy. We just cut the arch out of the background. You could use whatever shape you want as long as it allows for the image to rotate once you spin the threads, which you'll see in a minute. But I decided to obviously use Sassy Santa because we have Sassy and Jolly Santa, and then when you put them back to back, it just makes the story so much better. It's like the one where I did the acetate overlay with the Happy Santa's face on top of the Sassy Santa that was on the inside of the card. But this time we're putting them back to back and making it into a spinner. So you can do this with the physical stamp, and you can do it with the digital stamp. Obviously it's a little bit faster with the digital stamp, and then you can print as many as you want, which is great. And if you have the dies, then great. If you don't, then obviously fussy cutting will potentially be an issue. I would suggest doing spinner cards with items you have dies for, or you can purchase the dies if you need them. I still have them available in my Etsy shop. But yeah, I find it a little bit easier to do the dies. Obviously, the one that you mirror is going to have to be cut backwards. So I had to cut the Jolly Santa from the back. So I just took that image up to my window in my craft room and then used the light coming in to line up the die, because these dies are, leave about it, I think it's 1.5 millimeter border around it, so it's fairly even, it's fairly tight, so it's easy to line up the dies for my stamp sets. And so I did it in the window for the Jolly Santa because Jolly Santa needed to be cut mirrored, and it was fairly easy and it turned out really well. So I would suggest holding it up to a light source. The window is best because you can kind of like lean it up against the window. I know people have done it on their phones using their cameras and whatever. I find that a little finicky, especially with mine where I have like not a pop socket, but it's like one of those like little rings on the back that I have stuck to my phone case, so it kind of makes it teeter back and forth. So that would not be a good option for me, so the window is my best option. You can always tape up your cardstock in the window if you want it to not move while you're there. I just did it without doing that, but it is an option. And then while I have the die up against the paper, I just tape it down so that it's in place. Tape it in 2 spots. I find that sometimes if you tape a die in 1 spot, it does allow for some shifting when it's in the machine. So I like to tape the top and the bottom, or each side or whatever. Just add 2 points of contact with the tape because it seems to work a little bit better. But anyway, when I put the string on, I made sure to use the grid on my mat just to make sure that it was straight through Santa. I made sure his feet were flat along one of the like horizontal lines, and then the vertical lines I used for lining up the string. And then for the arch, I wish I had moved it up just a little bit because I still have to add that sentiment, which I'm cutting out here. This was a digital print that I had done a long time ago because I like to print out my sets as they come when I do them, so that I have a copy of it for future reference of whatever. I'm not sure why. I just like to have physical copies of things. Like I print physical photos of every card that I make, except for the ones that I may have missed in the past, but I keep those all in an album, which I will show soon, I swear. I want to do an organization video, but I need to get myself a little bit more organized before I do that. So I will show you guys how I organize, photo boxes and, my shelves, my inks, my whatever, at some point, I think, in the next couple of months, once I get my stuff organized myself. But anyway, so I did the naughty or nice sentiment on the outside. I did the I'll be the judge of that on the inside because it coordinates with Sassy Santa. And then whoever gets this card, I usually sell most of my Christmas cards anyway, we'll just have to write like a small message around the candy cane pattern, or just like a little tiny one at the bottom on the right side of the card there. But there is space. But yeah. Anyway, that's our card for today, guys. If you want me to do more fun cards like this, let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you think of this one as well. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe because I'd love to have you here. Follow me over on Instagram and or Facebook for additional content once in a while. I'll try to post more often, but I have not been good at that this year. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will be back again Friday for our regular scheduled program. So until then, thanks guys. Bye.